Hey guys, Jimmy DeGroat, the jewelry marketing guy here. Recently on my blog post, I posted a question about sample lines. What works, what doesn't, why we hate them, why we love them. And I got 7 key things back from you that really stood out. Wanted to share them with you on this real quick video. Number 1 is that phone call to the vendor. You know, it's hard enough to do a bridal sale, and it's hard enough to make and close that and lock it in. And then your salesperson gets on the phone with the vendor, and if there's any hiccups in that phone call, whether it's delivery date or we can't match this head to that shank, that type of thing, or we can't make it in that size, any hiccups like that at all, and the sale gets flushed down the toilet, or just it's a very unhappy thing. The result is your salespeople do not want to pick up the phone and call that vendor anymore or show that line. So the key thing and the number 1 thing is a great vendor that can really provide for you. The 2 vendors that stood out in the responses that I got were Luminar Creations out of Burbank, California, and Kim International. So those were the ones that really stood out. And again, these are just from the responses that I got back from my survey quiz, my quiz on my blog. Secondly is how the staff refers to the product, how they romance it, calling it the sample line or a live catalog. If you refer to it as brass and glass, or you refer to it in any derogatory term and devalue it, your chances are you're going to lose that sale, or you're just not going to sell that product at all. So how the staff is trained, how the staff works with the line is key. That's the number 2 thing that I found. Number 3 is the product's accessibility to the customer. A lot of people found great success with the product being on top of the showcases so that the customer could easily access it and grab it. So, but a lot of people, of course, have it in their showcases as well. Of course, we know the beauty of the sample lines is that you can represent a whole lot of bridal for not a lot of money. So having it on top of your showcase seems to be one of those factors that makes it happen a lot better. Number 4 was that quick line of why not this particular piece, okay? A lot of customers are going to say, well, if I can get this one for $300 or $500, why don't I just get this one? You got to train your staff, and they've got to have a good, solid response about why this piece of jewelry will not last on their finger for a long time. Number 5, keep the samples clean and well presented. All right, you've got a lot of them, and there's a tendency with a lot of anything to devalue it and let it go. Keep your displays clean, keep your jewelry clean, keep it ultrasonic, and have a really nice presentation and give it honor and respect at all times, and that seems to help a lot. Number 6, great communication with your vendor. Your staff needs to know that when they make that phone call, they're going to have a flawless conversation, okay? And so get your vendors in, get trained on features and benefits with your sample lines. And finally, number 7 is self-branding. Stores that put their own branding on their model lines seem to do a lot better than somebody who's selling the name brand that comes with it. Not a lot of name brands are recognizable to consumers in the jewelry business. Yeah, we have Hearts on Fire, we have Scott K, we have Tacori, things like that. But people don't recognize Gabriel in Variety Gem and Luminar. They don't recognize that name. So brand it yourself. Put your own brand and store name on it. Again, this is just what I got back from my blog post questions and people that gave me feedback. So it's not the end-all be-all of sample lines, but it's some great ways that you can empower your staff to move that product a lot better. See you next time.